guests are actually Agi Denim. So another amazing company based in Pakistan. We've got an awesome video that's going to be played in a second, but after that, Henry from Agi will be joining us.
So, you know, the term sustainability has now become so vague. It just kind of covers a lot of different topics. Companies will not only be judged by the products that they provide, but the net impact that they have on societies and the communities around them. So we really believe that along with manufacturing, you have to have a positive net impact on everyone around you. So our water recycling initiatives don't just stop here. We want to scale our recycling up to 1 million gallons per day. A lot of companies talk about how they want to be carbon neutral. Our goal is to be the first freshwater neutral company in the world. We as a company have always believed in transparency, and I don't think that you can have sustainability without being transparent. It's everyone's responsibility to care for water, to care for our surroundings, to care for the planet. And that's the kind of mindset that we want to inculcate in our employees as well.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. So my name is Henry Wong. I work in product development and marketing for Agi Denim. I have the honor of representing our company today. We are a family business with a long history tied to having innovative and responsible practices in denim manufacturing. In business jargon, Agi Denim is a vertical producer based in Karachi, Pakistan. That just means we make our own denim fabrics and jeans from start to finish, all the way from spinning our own yarns, dyeing and weaving our own fabrics, and then sewing our own jeans, then washing them. As you can guess from the video clip just now of our executive directors, our topic for the next 20 minutes is water. I will tell 3 stories of fiber, fabric, and finishing. Now, before we go further, I want to say that as an industry, and certainly as a company, we are not perfect, which I think is very human. We are not perfect. This fact does not revoke our right to exist. Rather, it opens up opportunities for us to be better. So anyway, why are we talking about water today? Water is all around us in our daily lives, in our cups, in our bottles, in our morning coffee and post-exercise shower. It's in our bodies. And since we are mostly made up of the stuff, we need a lot of it and in very specific, clean, potable form. We cook and clean with it. We depend on it to grow crops, and we use it to manufacture textiles and clothing. When we think of the water out there, there's more water in the depths of the ocean than many of our minds can fathom. When hurricanes and tsunamis wreak havoc on our cities and towns with destructive force and floods, we lament and wish for all that water to go away. So why, in the context of you, on your journey to become an influential professional of fashion, why do you need to consider this seemingly abundant thing called water? The sad reality is our industries, fashion in general and denim in particular, currently uses a lot of fresh water. And the industry's waste flow often pollutes vital water sources like streams and rivers. The input of energy, manpower, raw materials, and water culminate into jobs and livelihood in seemingly far-flung places, far removed from where we sit. And that outputs a few things: the clothes we wear and waste pollution. According to the UN, 2 billion people live in countries experiencing high water stress. 80% of wastewater flows back into the ecosystem without being treated or reused. Agriculture accounts for 70% of global water withdrawal. Data from the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, 93 billion cubic meters of water, enough to meet the needs of 5 million people, is used by the fashion industry annually. And around 500,000 tons of microfiber, which is the equivalent of 3 million barrels of oil, is now being dumped into the oceans every year. That's recent facts. The World Bank Around 20% of wastewater worldwide comes from fabric dyeing and treatment. I know that the facts and figures are often very dry, but they are critical. Facts should always form the basis of informed policy and decision-making, even when we know they can be updated often as new data comes to light and challenged. I mean, after all, we live in a world where we can't even agree if vaccines are good and if the news is real. But to really bring it home, let me show you. This next video clip is from the documentary River Blue, whose producer has kindly given us the right to show this segment.
I've always been captivated by moving water. Ever since I was a boy, I've been drawn to rivers. I just found something magical about them. They had this incredible mix of power and grace and vitality. I feel very fortunate to have spent so much of my life on rivers, but I've also seen enough to make me fearful about what lies ahead for all waterways.
There is a joke in China. They say that you can predict the it color for the season by looking at the color of the river.
If you travel where most of the world manufactures, you end up with having rivers that are turning blue.
In the last 40, 50 years, we've seen massive industrialisation, and that's been done with a full acknowledgement of what that will do to the environment.
If you see how people are living there, they have lost their sensory adaptation. They can't smell anymore.
You don't learn the details because at the end of the day, it's not a selling point.
You as a consumer, you have the right to ask the brand that you're wearing where that jean came from.
If you have two jeans, one is damaging the planet, the other one not, and the price is the same, no one will choose the wrong one. I mean, there is no excuse.
I think all corporations have to be accountable for their environmental practices, and no one has a right to damage or destroy a river.
Powerful, sensational, yes, but perhaps it needs to be in order to jolt us into action. So is it all doom and gloom? Is it all dark? I say no, we can do better. As consumers, we are often made to feel bad for our choices, yes, and we should be informed. We should make informed personal choices, even if we as citizens of this planet cannot be perfect. Our decisions do make an impact. We have the buying power that can influence change from the demand side. We vote with our purchases. We can demand change. But the onus should not be on the consumer. It is on industry and government. And so, whether your journey brings you into fashion design, product development, merchandising, textiles, production, marketing, you are one of the most important agents for change. You will undoubtedly be called upon to make decisions that impact change, that will affect policies of production design, sourcing, and you can impact that change positively or negatively. In this way, we are all responsible in affecting the levers of industry, and I find my optimism grounded in that knowledge. This is the golden hour, and whether it is a sunrise or a sunset, that is up to us. Since joining Agi Denim about 8 years ago, I am proud to have played a part in helping shape our company's responsible manufacturing policies. We have come to view sustainability through 3 lenses: fiber, fabric, and finishing. In the world of denim, cotton is the primary fiber we see in jeans. To understand the benefits of cotton, one need only to look at their own favorite comfortable pairs of jeans and t-shirts. They're likely made of cotton mostly. There are simply very few alternative fibers that provide the similar feel and look until recently. Cotton is a very thirsty plant that requires a lot of water to grow properly. And besides, as a fiber for textiles, there's very little else the plant is good for. The exact water figures, of course, varies from country to country and farm to farm. And there are many debates about the exact stats. But the point is, cotton on average across the globe requires a lot of water to grow. So one of the ways we approach this from a product development angle is to make denim using alternative fibers. Here we have our full circle fabric, which utilizes 100% recycled cotton fibers. We take discarded jeans, factory scraps, unwanted mill waste, and turn all of that into new fabrics. So that jean does not utilize any fresh cotton at all. It also has our 00 technology, which is another water-saving tech that we will cover after we see it again in the next product. Alternatively, we also have begun offering and refining our hemp denims. Industrial hemp is currently being developed as a less water-intensive crop supplement that can work alongside denim, alongside cotton in denim. And we've partnered with companies that are leaders in hemp focusing on the textiles industry, such as Panda Biotech, who will take USA-grown hemp and process it in Texas for fabrics, for example. So here is one of our hemp denim fabrics, which is blended with organic cotton. If you select fabrics that claim to have sustainable elements, always make sure there is some sort of verification. For example, here the organic cotton should have what's called GOTS or GOTS certification, which stands for Global Organic Textile Standard. This fabric also uses AGI's proprietary 00 technology. This tech allows us to make denim fabrics that eliminate wastewater in both the denim dyeing and finishing process, both very water-intensive fabric mill stages, as you will see later. 00 also reduces the water required in dyeing and finishing those denim fabrics by over 85%. When you consider both the dyeing and the finishing portion, we're saving 90% water in those two processes. But how do we assure that is true? This was a very interesting challenge to tackle because there was no existing certification we could apply to prove how much water we were eliminating. And especially if there is no water being drained at the end of those processes, then pollution risk is reduced to zero. There would not even be any wastewater to run through our effluent treatment plant when a customer orders a 00 fabric. So we started by hiring university academics to study and report on this for us. Then we were finally able to convince a trusted global certification company named SGS. This is a third-party verification company used by multiple major retailers and brands across the globe. And they helped us develop the first validation for this type of water resource claim. We're very proud of that. And we recognize there's also quite a bit of greenwashing out there right now, and it may get worse. So one of the things you can do is just ask for verification from your suppliers. Here are just a few of the certifications that help support our various claims. Some of these cover fibers, some speak to fabrics, and other certified facilities and even entire companies. And of course, let's not forget garments also. We already shared 2 development stories about fibers and fabrics, but what about garments? Generally, all jeans are sewn from raw denim fabrics, which are then washed down to different shades. This washing of jeans is called garment or jeans finishing. You may have heard of the term stone washing or stonewash. This is a finishing process. You may have seen pictures of gigantic industrial machines where the jeans are tumbled. The main thing to know is that these are very water and chemical intensive processes, all to make jeans look vintage and feel broken in or fulfill some fashion requirement. As long as that consumer demand exists, we need to find the most responsible way to supply it. So here is a segment on how we decided to start washing jeans with recycled water.
In the life cycle of a jean, cotton fiber production contributes over 68% of water consumption. While we can't control how much water cotton needs to grow, we can rethink the way we use it in our factory. That's why we revisited every step of our production process and developed Refresh Denim. Remarkable jeans washed from 100% recycled water. That's enough to wash 1 million pairs of jeans. Agi Denim's new effluent treatment plant will help recycle 1 million more gallons daily by 2022. It's our way of protecting a shared and precious resource.
And now we are able to produce specific fabrics with recycled water as well, enabling denim programs whose fabrics are made with recycled water and their jeans are washed with recycled water. That is the future of denim we believe in and are building towards. And finally, next is a quick tour of how a pair of jeans is made from fabric production to sewing and washing the garments in our factories. Pay close attention to all the steps that use water. There may or may not be a test at the end. The video features people I consider to be magicians. There will be robots and even lasers. Please enjoy this 4-minute we put together for you. We hope that was interesting and shed some light on denim and water. Again, this is Henry Wong for AGI Denim, and you can find us on any of these channels. We would be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Henry. That was awesome. I think everyone was probably like sort of like flabbergasted by your videos. But no, if anyone has got questions, do send men in like the next few minutes, and we'll get them through. Henry, obviously, so I know you guys are one of the pioneering mills in Pakistan, especially when it comes to water and modern ways of working. And you guys are building new buildings as well, and new parts of your businesses, which I'm quite excited to see. But such a professional range of videos that you showed to us, and water saving is such an important thing, obviously, and it's good that you guys have made that quite a big part of your business store for actual of like strategy. Yeah. Anything you'd like to say? Obviously, it was awesome what you did, and such a great amount of content as well that you managed to put into that short video. Oh, yeah, everyone's just saying amazing videos, amazing like presentation. But yeah, Henry, any thoughts about the Transformers Ed, like sort of like so far? Obviously, it's the first time the Pakistan edition, but are you quite proud of that as well, that we're doing one in like Pakistan?
I'm amazingly proud. As you know, I've been an advocate for Pakistan in general, but also I've been rooting for the denim industry in Pakistan for many years now. I've almost made it, one of my missions to promote Pakistan denim. All of it, I think, is there's so much good stuff there. The people, I think, the people are very well connected to the land. As you know, there's so many thousands of years of history, indigo history, and then denim history along the Indus River.
Yeah, absolutely right. It was actually Indus Valley indigo that was first used on, or one of the first like Levi's pants straight after the actual patent. So yeah, and it actually is credited as from the Indus Valley region. So yeah, pretty awesome stuff. Doesn't seem to be any questions from our students, but for me, there's so many different sort of like technologies, and you're right, it's a balancing act, isn't it? From everything from the spinning to the weaving to the dyeing to the finishing, every part of the process uses water. So it's very important that any company, any students who are about to go into this field, they do ask lots of questions, and always double check, because there's always newer ways of working that are always new, right? Every couple of years there's a new like tech which is coming through. And yeah, any thoughts on that, really?
Yeah, I would say that the new tech is really important, because new means it's probably a different and hopefully a better way of doing things. But the verification doesn't always catch up, right? So asking the question is one way to exert the power that you may not even realize you have. When you, as a consumer, when you purchase a pair of jeans or a product, by choosing or not choosing to purchase it, you are actually exerting a power. And in a similar way, when I first started in the denim industry, I didn't realize I had any impact. I think, but more and more, the need for industry to change has become almost urgent. So yes, even as a young professional, your small decisions will have massive impacts down the line. So I hope I was able to impress upon that. And Professor Mohsen, please continue the great work you do, and the Kingpins and Transformers Ed Foundation, please.
We're very, very proud to have you guys with us. And just one last thing, I know I'm being hounded to move on, but one question: tell us a bit about IRW Cotton.
Of course. There's a balancing act, as you say, between doing the right thing, the responsible thing, and creating quality products, right? And that quality product is actually directly tied to sustainability as well, because if it's a quality product, it doesn't get discarded immediately and generate waste. So one of the important things we have been doing is using recycled cotton, which they call post-consumer waste recycled cotton, made from old jeans. So that's post-consumer waste. Now, the current technology of mechanically turning old jeans into new fabrics creates lower quality fibers, you can say, because the fiber length is shorter. a little bit shorter. So there's a limitation to how much percentage you can put into the new fabrics, 20%, 30%, depending on how you use in the warp and weft, et cetera. Now, to overcome that 20, 30% barrier, where we can only use post-consumer waste fibers, now there's this new way we're recycling mill waste in a way where the staple length remains relatively long. So now we are able to combine mill waste and factory waste, which is called IRW, industrial recycle waste. And the marriage of those two fibers now allow us to create quality product completely with recycled cotton.
Amazing. Well, thank you for that explanation. And all these videos are going to be shared on Transformers Foundation, like YouTube, next week, and also on the Learn Hub. If you've got any questions, do reach out to the AGI. They've got a fantastic Instagram called Denim Culture as well. Thank you for your time, and see you again soon. Thank you, Henry.